Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something, well, pretty big in the work world. Work from anywhere jobs.
Yeah, it's a term you hear a lot.
Exactly. And you, our listener, pointed us towards some interesting material insights on hiring remote developers and this specific job board for these kinds of roles.
A globally flexible ones.
Right. So our mission today is to, cut through the hype. What does work from anywhere really mean? What jobs are out there? And what do people and companies need to think about?
Okay, let's dive in.
So first things first, how is this different from just like standard remote work? Isn't it the same thing?
That's a great question. And actually, there's a key difference according to the sources, particularly that job board.
Okay.
It's not just about ditching the office.
Hmm.
Traditional remote work might still mean you need to be, say, in the same country or maybe within certain time zones for overlap.
Ah, okay. So some
Not
limitations remain.
exactly. But work from anywhere, as this job board defines it, means complete geographical freedom. Like truly anywhere. No location restrictions, no specific time zone requirements mandated by the location itself.
Wow. Okay. So like literally work from a beach in Thailand if you wanted, theoretically.
Theoretically, yes. The job board is very specific. Their definition says work from anywhere means you have complete geographical freedom.
Yeah.
To work from any location in the world with no location restrictions, time zone requirements, or geographic limitations.
And they only list jobs from companies that are 100% worldwide remote.
That's what they claim, yes. They curate specifically for that total flexibility.
That's quite a statement. It really unlocks a global talent pool for companies, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And for employees, it detaches your job from where you physically have to be. Huge potential for autonomy.
A massive shift. So if it's truly borderless like that, what kinds of jobs are we actually seeing? Is it just tech or?
Oh, it's definitely broader than just tech, though tech is strong. The job board lists categories like engineering, back-end, front-end, general developer roles.
Standard tech stuff, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But also marketing, DevOps, data, AML, which is obviously huge right now.
Mm-hmm.
Then you see senior roles flagged, sales, copywriting, technical writing.
Okay, so writing roles too.
Yeah, and software engineer, obviously, designer, both general and graphic design, full stack, QA, security roles, like security engineer.
Wow, okay, that's already a pretty wide net. It's not just niche roles.
Not at all. And the list keeps going. We saw project manager, product manager, executive assistant roles,
EAs too. Interesting.
customer support, customer success, HR, operations, various manager positions, mobile development.
So frontline support all the way up to management.
Seems like it. And even finance, legal, analyst roles, accounting, admin. It suggests a lot of core business functions can fit this model.
It really does sound like a whole company structure, just
Yeah,
distributed everywhere.
pretty much.
Were there any specific job titles that really jumped out with that worldwide label?
Oh, definitely. Several were explicit. There was an Atticus hiring a people lead that's legal marked worldwide.
Okay.
SourceGraph had multiple support engineer roles, different levels, mentioning things like Kubernetes, React, LLMs, all worldwide.
Ah, specific tech skills there.
Yep. Also saw a Ruby engineer worldwide, a head of sales development that one mentioned AWS, Scala, WordPress,
Quite a mix of tech.
and a product manager needing Postgres, Firebase, Scala. Plus several AI digital marketing specialists, also worldwide.
That AML category seems really active.
It does. And you mentioned seeing that senior manager infrastructure systems role a few times.
Yeah, from Cloud Linux, it kept popping up always, worldwide remote, work anywhere, and mentioning Scala.
That repetition definitely signals demand, right? Consistent need in that specific infrastructure area within this model.
Makes sense.
And there was also that sponsored listing for AML jobs, specifically MOA jobs.
Right, reinforces the AI trend.
And even that little ad for professional headshots, it's a small thing, but it kind of hints at needing a good online professional image when you're fully remote.
Yeah, your digital presence becomes even more important. Okay, so point taken. It means real location freedom, and the jobs cover a huge range. But it can't be that simple, right? What are the catches, the practical bits?
You're right. It's not just about picking a spot and opening your laptop. There are definitely practicalities. The job board's FAQ actually covers some key ones.
Like what? Internet.
Exactly. Internet is crucial. They say you need a reliable, stable internet connection, which, makes sense.
Sure. Any specifics on speed?
They give examples like 1025 millipedes download and 3 to 5 millipedes upload as generally okay for video calls and collaboration tools.
Okay, so decent broadband, basically. Not dial up from a mountaintop.
Probably not dial-up, no.
Hmm.
Think of it as your digital commute needs to be reliable.
Good analogy. What about the less fun stuff, like taxes? That sounds like a nightmare, potentially.
Huh. Yeah, it's definitely complex. The FAQ points out it depends on, well, a bunch of things. Your legal residence, your citizenship, the company's setup.
How the company hires you, right?
Precisely.
Right.
Sometimes they hire you as a contractor. In that case, figuring out taxes.
Right.
That's on you.
Okay, self-employed, essentially.
Or the company might use something called an employer of record, an EOR.
EOR, what's that?
It's like a third-party company that acts as the official employer in a country where the main company doesn't have its own office or legal entity.
Ah, so they handle the local legal stuff, payroll, compliance.
Exactly. They navigate local laws, payroll, sometimes benefits. It makes it possible for the company to hire someone there legally without setting up a whole subsidiary.
That makes sense. So what's the bottom line on taxes?
The bottom line is, it's complicated, and their strong advice is to talk to a tax professional, someone who really knows international employment tax law.
Right, don't wing it.
Definitely don't wing it.
Okay, taxes are complex. What about time zones? If your team is literally spread across the globe, how does that work? Constant 3 a.m. meetings.
Hopefully not. The job board mentions different company approaches. Some go fully asynchronous,
Right.
meaning teams don't need to be online at the same time. They rely heavily on written updates, documentation, tools like Slack or Asana, but without expecting instant replies.
Okay, focuses on output, not logged in hours.
Right. But other companies do require some overlap, maybe a few hours a day where core team members are expected to be available for meetings or quick chats.
So you might have freedom on where, but not always on when.
Potentially, yes. And the key thing is the job listings should specify this. They usually indicate if there are specific time zone requirements or overlap expectations.
So you need to read the fine print.
Always read the fine print.
What about benefits, health insurance, retirement? That's usually tied to a specific country. How do worldwide remote companies handle that?
That's another area where it varies. The FAQ says many global companies do offer benefits regardless of location.
How?
It might be through things like stipends money for you to buy your own health insurance, for example, or contributions to a retirement plan you set up, maybe allowances for home office equipment. Things not tied to a specific national system.
Ah, okay. More flexible, cash-based benefits sometimes.
Sometimes. Or, again, this is where an EOR can come in. They might be able to administer more country-specific benefits packages in line with local norms and laws.
So the EOR route helps with benefits too.
It can,
Hmm.
yeah. But again, the advice is check the individual job listing. Benefits packages can differ a lot company by company, role by role.
So it sounds like incredible freedom, yes,
Yeah.
but also a lot more personal responsibility. You really have to manage your own setup, taxes, maybe benefits.
That's a very good way to put it.
Mhm.
There's definitely a layer of complexity and sort of self-reliance required that you might not have in a traditional office job. You need to do your homework.
Mhm.
And it's interesting, the founder of the job board, Neither, is quoted saying something that sums it up quite well.
Oh, yeah. What's the quote?
Location independence is the future of work. It serves companies with best talent from around the globe and benefits employees with a greater work-life balance and the ability to work in their pajamas.
There's no pajamas. Okay, that definitely captures part of the dream for some people, I guess.
It certainly paints a picture.
So if we were to boil it all down based on these sources,
Yeah.
what's the absolute core takeaway about work from anywhere?
I'd say it's that true location independence. It's really pushing beyond just not being in the office to removing geography as a constraint almost entirely.
Right. The geographical freedom piece is key. And it's clearly not some tiny niche thing anymore.
Not based on the breadth of roles we discussed, no.
Sure.
Engineering, AI, marketing, HR, finance, support. It seems quite widespread.
Significant movement.
Yeah, seems that way.
Okay, this has been really illuminating, really digging into what work from anywhere actually means based on this material. It makes you think, doesn't it? Considering this level of global flexibility and the range of jobs, what possibilities does this open up for you listening right now, for your career or just how you imagine work in the future? Definitely food for thought.